Huh, 24 by 36 print. So it looks like the RX10 Mark IV really did the job. Might go behind. It's weird. Okay, and it went behind for some reason. All right, what's up, guys? We are here in central Philippines in Gabaldon Mountain. We're going to take a couple photos for you. We're using the Sony RX10 Mark IV. Love this because it's a travel camera that basically does as much as you really need it to do. Until Sony gives us a new update on this one, this is going to be as good as it's going to get. But this is really pretty good for what we get. So let's go ahead and take some photos. Somewhat cinematic, and it has to be like this, not vertical. Okay. So one of the good things about this camera again is the fact that you got a guy with the caribou way over there, but with this 600mm length, we're able to get like a really good shot of that too as well, which you really wouldn't be getting with just like your normal kind of travel-ish camera. But with the bridge cameras, especially this one, it works really well. All right, so we're out here at the Butas na Bato Beach. I'm going to go ahead and show you the difference between the wide end and the longer end and kind of show you what shots you can get, so on and so forth with this. Again, I've went over this a million times, RX10 Mark IV, very good camera. Going to kind of show you what it looks like. First, we're going to take a look at this really nice landscape. It's really, really beautiful. Okay, so I got the photo out there and it's pretty close. You can start making out the features and kind of see what the person looks like. So again, we're going from 24 to the 600 end, and then I've also zoomed it in. I've also cropped it in so you can kind of see what we're looking at right here. We got the landslide on video. Now the video is complete.
Okay.
Okay, so if you guys aren't familiar with what the RX10 Mark IV is, it is Sony's the last of the kings. It is basically like a bridge/travel camera that has a smaller 1-inch sensor, but has a lot of power being packed into it. So I'm not going to do so much of the video right now. I'm going to go ahead and just focus on the photo side of things. But it's really kind of comes down to a few things. So right here, this is your camera right here. So if you're traveling, okay, and you're going different places and all that, you don't want to be lugging around a big old huge monster white lens unless you're going to some African safari or something, or you're birding or something very specific of that nature. But for just general all-around travel photography, you want a kit that you can just kind of just toss in your bag and then be done with it. So this one right here does fit the bill quite beautifully. We're going to go out later on and we're going to take some live shots. I'm going to show you how they came out, what the photos look like, so on and so forth, what you can do with them, the dynamic range. We're going to do a whole lot of testing with that too. So it's going to be a pretty fun ride. I'm looking forward to it myself, and I'm sure you guys are too as well. So just a couple little specs on the camera. This is nothing big, and this is not an exhaustive, comprehensive list. But basically, so you have a little camera right here. It's about the size of like a normal DSLR. The wide end is 24 millimeters. At the long end, it is 600 millimeters. It does kind of telescope out, so I'm going to go ahead and show you real quick. Okay, so it will telescope out. So this is at 600 right here, but then when you turn it off, it will automatically kind of go back in there too as well. So it does have a motor attached to it, which I think at some point will be a downside, but so far my Mark III and Mark IV have not had any issues with the motor, but I keep it in nice condition. I don't drop it or whatever. So this one of the benefits of the Mark IV though is that it does have phase detect autofocus, so it's a bit snappier to focus than the Mark III, which I believe was just the contrast detect. Now it's still not great, but at the time of this camera's release, it was on par with whatever we had there too as well. So just kind of take that with a little bit of grain of salt, but this is the best autofocusing RX10 that you're going to find from Sony. It does have an extremely fast burst rate, so matter of fact, let's go ahead and just test this out and you'll be able to hear just how fast this burst rate is. Okay, so we're going to go to high, and here we go. It's pretty fast. Okay, let the buffer clear on that one. Unfortunately, it still does have a buffer. It's one of the earlier kind of Sony camera models. Now, a couple of downsides. Number one is, of course, you're not going to get the same picture quality as what you would be getting if you were just using like an A7 IV and a, we'll say 200 to 600 or something of that nature, or maybe even the 400, 800. Of course, you're not going to be there, but for where you are at, what you're doing, you're still going to be good enough. And then the only other downside at the moment is that because this is a discontinued camera, the prices for cameras in good condition like this are sky high right now. They really shot up a whole lot too as well. So if you're looking to get the camera, if you had bought the camera when it first was released, it was expensive, but what do you expect to pay? But now they can just get higher and higher and higher depending on where you're getting it from too as well. So you can find deals, of course, but if it's somebody who knows what they have, for sure, if you want it, you're going to be paying a little bit of a higher price too as well. So you have to take that into consideration. And then one of the other downsides too as well is always going to be this right here. So every year, these cameras right here get better and better, and that's going to be a huge downside every year. The more this ages out and the better these get, they're going to start to become like parity, and maybe at some point this one might even surpass it. Who knows? Only time will tell, but there's a little bit of a downside for it. Now talking about this, talking about all of this whole deal, there is a lot of technology still packed in here, and you can still make some impressive 4K movies. You can take some impressive travel shots. You get one thing that I will say about these right now is that this camera right here, if you were to use this one as opposed to this one, you will have excellent dynamic range still in this camera versus these type of ones too. So if you pull two RAWs, if you take the same type of photo and you pull two RAWs from this one and this one, and you sit there and you try and go into Lightroom and edit it, you will have so much more flexibility with these ones as well. I will tell you that right now, this has a huge advantage over that. These little sensors right now, they're just not there yet. So we still got some time, again, before kind of catch up with each other. So there's still some what fight left in the dog yet, I guess is the best way to put it. So with that being said, instead of just talking about this, now we're going to go ahead and go out to a few locations and get some shots. You're going to see some videos and the whole deal, and you're going to actually see the photos that I'm taking and what it looks like and so on and so forth, right? It's also a good way to enjoy some of the sights and sounds of the Philippines. We're going to be out a little bit of the country, a little bit of the city, a little bit of everything, whatever we can. And then at the very end too, I'm going to have just some extra footage too that's going to be tacked on. That'll be separate from the main portion of it. And that way you can just continue and see all the cool little things and all the stuff that the Philippines kind of has to offer.